Welcome, dear students of class 7. Today we are going to start the lesson 5. Tom comes home. So, in the start, we see if you have a sibling or a cousin whom you are close to and whom you meet often, and you have probably picked up a fight with him to her one time or the other, list three things over which you fight and three things in which you patch up. You sometimes fight with your friends who come or cousin who comes, and at that time, if you are stubborn, you don't reconcile, or अड़े रहते हैं अपने पे, and you don't try to patch up means again reconcile. Okay, so this is your activity. When three things, if your cousin comes, तो आप से कुछ फाइट होता है, तो कौन आगे पढ़ के वो फाइट को सही कर देता है, या फिर आप किस पॉइंट पे अड़ग रहते हो. तो दैट थिंग यू विल हैव टू राइट थ्री थिंग्स ऑन इन दिस लाइन्स. ओके, तो मूविंग फर्दर वी विल सी दैट the following extract has been taken from George Eliot's novel The Mill on the Floss. Tom and Maggie, the children of Mr. and Mrs. Tulliver, live on a mill near the river Floss. Growing up by a river close to the woods, they share a bond with nature that is as strong as their bond with each other. So here the river and the woods and all that, the things which are around them, they have a good bond with these things. Maggie, an intelligent and impulsive girl. Intelligent, hoshiyar, and impulsive. Impulsive means any situation you try to meet that situation with proper bent of mind, proper mindset you apply, and then you get it right. Impulsive, instantly you do that, or able to get the result of it, or you're able to instantly तुरंत ही आप उसका जो रिजल्ट पा लेते हो. तो impulsive girl dotes on Tom and seeks his affection and approval for all that she does. Read this graphic story to find out what happens with Tom when Tom comes from school for the holidays. So as you can see from this graphical story, it's a graphical story. Up till now what you are studying, the whole story is written in words. Here you have graphical. Graphical means you will have the view of what is happening. The pictures will speak in the form of dialogues. So this will be direct speech of those who are interacting in the lesson. Now see, the situation is Tom is coming after because of the holidays in his school, and he is coming home. You can see the sister and the mother waving to him. Tom is to arrive early in the afternoon, so it's time for arrival. It's an old story. So at that time there were this type of horse cart and that. There were no big cars and buses and all that at that time. So he is coming in a horse cart. Mrs. Tulliver and Maggie are waiting. See, they are waiting over here with fluttering hearts. The sound of carriage wheels is expected, and soon they hear it. Maggie and her mother come running out of the door. Got it? So they are coming out of the door because they are given the time which is given. Okay, this time, the Tom is going to come, and therefore he is, waited by the Maggie and her mother. Now what the mother says, "There you are, my sweet lad, but you don't have a collar on. Did you lose it on the road?" So collar is not there. See, her mother can see from here, and she's shouting. First of all, appearance, you can see how she is so keen about the dress code which Tom is wearing, because he is not able to see the collar which is to be worn. Did you lose it on the road? रोड पे खो गया क्या? Hello, yeah, what are you there? What are you there? So she is saying this to mother and the Maggie, who are both waiting for Tom to arrive in the house. Now we see further the next page. There is the interaction between the girl and the Tom and Maggie. That is, the girl is the Maggie and the boy is Tom over here. How they interact. See. Miss Tulliver goes out to examine Tom's box after settling him in the parlor. The warm parlor takes off chill that Tom had felt from the long drive. He takes Maggie to the corner, nodding his head up and down slowly to arouse her sense of mystery. Sense of mystery means what is in the pocket, that is mystery. Maggie cannot see it, so Tom is not going to show now, and that is a mystery. So this narration is very important to read. Then what is happening over here, the narration will be telling us what the situation is, and what the dialogues they will say will be written in the bubble form or in the form of this box. So now we can see over here that Maggie, do you want to know what I've got in my pockets? Marbles. She says, marbles. No, I swoop. Then all these little fellows and cobnuts are no fun. How stodgy your pockets look. Stodgy means very full. Tom, is it marbles or cobnuts, or I can't bear guessing? In that context, he says first this dialogue, then Maggie gives this, why, what is in the pocket? At that time, Tom says that I swooped them all with little fellows. Swoop means I had given them, swooping means exchange and given with an exchange. So you cannot get those things which you are expecting. Why it's new? Further, why it's a new guess, Maggie. Oh, you are making me impatient, Tom. जल्दी बता, what is in your pocket? मुझे impatient, मैं बहुत बेताब हूँ. Let me know. I have 2 new fish rods, one for you, Maggie, all to yourself. Oh, you are such a wonderful brother, Tom. So for Maggie, what Tom has brought? Tom has brought 2 new fish lines to do fishing near the lake. One for you, Maggie, all to yourself. Both are yours. Oh, she is very happy. Oh, brother, you are so good. Huh? And she appreciates Tom for this gift. Moving to the next page. I say we should go and fish tomorrow down by the round pool. Won't it be fun? So here Tom proposes that shall we not go to the lake for fishing? At that time we will go to the pool, we will use these fishing rods and enjoy over there near the pool. Oh yes, that would be wonderful. It's a wonderful idea of yours. Tom says, I shall now go to see my rabbits. From here the problem starts. Tom had given Maggie some 2 rabbits to take care of in the absence of Tom. Now what is Maggie's answer to this. We will see to it, and what the problem arises, that also we will see. Maggie's heart began to flutter with fear. डर गई वो, flutter. She dare not tell Tom the sad truth at once, but she walks off him in trembling silence, wondering how at once soften his sorrow and his anger. So he knew. So here the problem is that Maggie has to answer the question about what Tom is asking about the rabbits, and the sad news is that the rabbits are not there. So at that time, students, what Maggie has a problem, she cannot have the guts to tell, but with great courage she is telling, Tom, how much money did you give for your rabbits? Come on, tell me, how many rupees did you give? 2 half crowns and 6 pence. So here, like we have rupees and paise, they have in London that crowns and pence, and that way they, pounds, and these are the currency over there. He says that half crowns and 6 pence I gave for the 2 rabbits. To that, what Maggie answers? Maggie says, I'll give you more to buy rabbits with, but I don't want any more. But Tom, all your rabbits are dead. So Maggie gives an option to Tom, telling that if you need money, I'll give you, but I will not be able to give back the rabbits because the rabbits are dead. To this, you can see Tom is very angry. What? Oh, Tom, I'm very sorry. He tries and say to Tom that she is very sorry because the rabbits have not been able to survive because of my problem or whatever you feel. You please bear with me. But Tom is very angry, and in anger what he does we will see in the next para. On next page you see the color in Tom's face heightens, tears rush down Maggie's cheeks. You forgot to feed them, Dan. You are a bad girl, and I'm sorry I bought you the fish line. You shan't go fishing with me tomorrow. So what I brought, I thought you are a very good girl, and therefore I thought that I will, give you this fishing rod, and we will go for fishing. But I'm very angry with you. You didn't feed my rabbits in my absence, and therefore I will not take you to the pool tomorrow for fishing. But I didn't mean, I couldn't help it. Oh, Tom, you are so cruel. So he says that I didn't means I didn't want to kill the rabbits, or I didn't want the rabbits to be dead. I couldn't help it, I couldn't take care of it like you did. Oh Tom, you are so cruel. तो कितना क्रूर है ना, ऐसे करके this Maggie scolds him and tells him, complains about him. The next, so obviously picture you can see that obviously what Maggie feels now. Maggie feels very sad. She says that Maggie stands motionless except for her sobs. Sobs means crying very bitterly. बहुत ज़ोरों से रोना, and then runs up to her attic, and attic means the topmost part of your house, and sits on the floor with a crushing sense of misery. Crushing sense of misery means she's feeling very bad in her heart and mind. Sense of misery is hurting her very badly, because why? Tom had scolded and told her that she didn't take care of the rabbits in her absence, and that is why they are dead. Meanwhile, Mr. and Mrs. Tulliver are looking for Maggie. They ask Tom where the Maggie is. So here, when they are sitting to eat at that time, the Tulliver, parents of Tom and Maggie, his father feels, and mother also, okay, where is Maggie? And she is not on the table sitting. What happened to her? They ask Tom where Maggie is. They ask, where is Maggie? She was, I don't know, father. Where is that little girl? What? Hasn't she been playing with you all this while? Yeah, she's playing with you, and you should be taking care of your sister. You must be knowing where your sister is, and that way the father and mother both tell Tom that you should be, bringing with you Maggie as well for this lunch, for the dining table. So at that time, the next conversation goes on like this. You have been naughty to her, I have no doubts, Tom. You must be naughty, and that is why, there is the absence of Maggie over here on the dining table. Perhaps she is up in the attic and has forgotten all about meal times. Go fetch her, Tom. So her mother is getting angry that you have done something wrong with her and she is not happy, and therefore you will have to go up and get Maggie with you at the dining table. Go and get her. I'm sure I haven't, father. I think she is in the house, not in the attic. She's in the house only. Then further the narration says that Tom never disobey his parents, so he goes. This line is very important. Disobey his parents. Always you should respect our parents, then only you are good. So Tom never disobey. Whatever parents say you should do, that way Tom does. So Tom never disobeys his parents. He goes rather sullenly. Sullenly means not waiting to speak due to influence of bad temper. Because her mother is scolded, see her face, she is getting angry on Tom. So Tom is also not very happy, and yet sullenly means not showing anger and just moving away to get Maggie from the attic or from the other, what it says, the other room or whatever he wants to bring her from, with a piece of plum cake in his hand. So he goes with what? A plum cake, because Maggie knows, he knows that Maggie will not be easily, ready to come to the dining table, without any thing given to her. So she says that he is a very sharp and intelligent boy. He wants to take this plum cake in his hand, through intending to release Maggie from punishment. Though not intending to release Maggie. What was why he was not intending to release Maggie from punishment? The punishment was what? According to Tom, she had not taken care of the rabbits which were given to her to take care of, and therefore Maggie should be punished. Still he has that in his mind. And when she goes to her, then what Maggie is thinking, this type of bubbles are there now. See, when the conversation is there, then this arrow, sharp arrow will be there in the box. And when bubble and cloud like it will be there, that's the thinking going on in the mind of the character. So here the character is Maggie, and Maggie is thinking. What Maggie is thinking? I hear footsteps. Could that be Tom? I can hear the footsteps. Someone is climbing on this and coming to me. So that could be Tom. Huh? This is thinking. Maggie cannot bear to see Tom so angry at her. Her need of love triumphs over her pride. So whenever you are angry, and that someone is angry because of you, if you show respect after some time, or so some leniency or towards your nature, and you don't you stop getting angry at that time, that the person who is been hurt by you will feel happy. So that way here Maggie has come so nicely with this plum cake. And this plum cake, that means brought means what? Maggie is happy, and Maggie will feels that my brother is now good to me, and he has relieved me of the punishment because I had not kept the rabbit alive. They are dead under my care, and therefore here we can see that Maggie feels what? Oh Tom, please forgive me. I will always be good. Always remember things. Don't cry then, Maxie. Here, eat a bit of a cake. So here, the bit of cake is offered by Tom to Maggie as a sign of reconciliation. Reconciliation means again set things right. So further we can see, come along downstairs, Maggie, and have some tea. So here, come to the dining table. To that, what Maggie says, will we go fishing tomorrow, Tom? You told me out of anger that I will not take you to the pond and do fishing tomorrow. Will you take me, na, Tom? Have you forgiven me? I shall give it to you. Put the worms on the hook for me. Huh? I shall like to take you. Put the worms means, what this sentence is. Put the worms means when you have a fish line and you put some worms on it, what will happen? The fish will try to catch it, and its mouth will get entangled in the hook. For that this preparation has to be done. So Maggie, asks that if you take me, then I will help you in getting the worms on the hook for you. Yes, Maggie, you silly, sort of, So you see, when your loved ones, you fight and then reconcile, and that love erupts. And earlier we have seen, he says that Maxie, here he says her silly, all these things out of love and curiosity. The following day, Tom and Maggie go to the round pool, that wonderful pool which the floods had made a long while ago. Floods, the pool was made by floods. Flood means the water gushing, and when poor आता है ना, जो बाढ़ आती है, that had made a long while ago. This pond was made by that flood. Tom opens the basket and prepares their tackle. Tackle means this preparation for getting the rod, that he does. Look, Maggie. Oh, Maggie, you put that torch in the basket. Then they are doing fishing, and they are having a good time together. So understood in this particular story, what happens? That both this brother and sister fight with each other, but at the end they again get together without having any bad feeling for each other. So in the last photo or the graphics, you can see that It is one of the happy mornings. Tom and Maggie sit down together with no care in the world. No care means relax. They don't have any work to do, enjoy. Say, Maggie, won't it be wonderful if I only got bigger and still went to school and it would always be like the holidays? Understood? School life is so enjoying. You have get so long holidays. So when I grow bigger, Maggie, when I grow still bigger, and then also I will go on to school. It will be so nice. I would get the holidays, and then we can enjoy together. Oh, that would be delightful. She says that is a very delightful thought on your part. Life does change for Tom and Maggie, and although they have been disagreements as brother and sister, they remain inseparable. Inseparable means कभी जुदा नहीं होते. झगड़े और ये होता है, लेकिन भाई बहन है तो वो साथ में ही वापस हो जाते हैं. तो with this we complete this lesson, and we will send you question answers of this on the WhatsApp group.